Evita, you taught English for 1 year in Niigata, Japan, and I'm sure there were many differences between Japanese schools and American schools. And can you tell me one or two big differences?
Language.
Right, yeah.
For starters. No, but I think there are a lot of issues, I think, with the mentality of the students that's very different. I feel like in many American schools, whether it's the freedom of dress after elementary school or just the freedom of the mind, you know, you're able to be a bit more outspoken than in the Japanese school system. And I think your dreams may be encouraged maybe a little bit more. In Japan, there's definitely the mentality of the group, which is very good in many instances, but the individual and maybe the individual's dreams sometimes are overshadowed by the value of the group in the type of society that Japan pulls up. So I think the individuality and the creativity, I would like in the Japanese school district to be able to see a little bit more of that, where I feel like many things are just cut and dry, regimented, very by the book, very regulated before the kids even enter the school, and that's one of the biggest differences that I found in Japanese.
It sounds like it's like a military. Yeah?
There are some aspects that are very military-like. Just simple things as when I walk into a classroom and I ask people, how are you? Literally at the same time, all in unison, they will answer, you know, I'm fine and how are you? And it's something where I try to pull them out of that. You know, I let them know there's other options. There's not just yes and no. There's so-so. Sometimes it's not as easy as just like yes and no in black and white. But I think they're used to being forced to make those type of decisions and given only so many options as far as answers. But my gift that I wanted to give to them as a teacher was to let them know that there's way more out there than just this limited amount that is given to them by, you know, teachers that they've had or the way that the school is set up. Yeah.
I have impression that your class must be so much fun. You know, kids are happy and yeah. When you saw other classes by other teachers, did they look happy?
Not so much. I actually had one instance where I was told to sit out of a class. It was my class, but I was told to sit out of a class, and the regular homeroom teachers, they took over the classroom, and it was interesting to watch the children. I didn't pay attention to the teachers at all because I knew what they were doing. They felt they were trying to prove a point to me because they didn't like my teaching style, which was more free. And the students were literally like, Evita sensei, like they didn't understand what was going on. And I wish I knew enough Japanese where I could kind of explain to them, I have no control over this. At a point, my hands are kind of tied behind my back too, because I'm not a Japanese teacher. But it was something where the children were nowhere near as engaged in the lesson and what was being taught, and you could literally just see it was a call and response. That's all it was. There was no engagement, no real connection to the material. So in that one particular situation, it wasn't necessarily a positive thing, and I think the children knew it too. And you know, but at a point, I mean, I can't control everything.